Well, I hope you've had a wonderful week. Welcome to the weekend. As we look ahead overnight into your Saturday morning, we'll start out with temperatures close to freezing. Some more clouds will continue to filter back in. And this Friday was actually a pretty nice day. Third day in a row, we hit 50 degrees or higher, 51 our high, 30 the low this morning. By the way, as far as rainfall, precipitation, doing really good for the month of January. I mean, again, we're about at the halfway point, right? And just about there. So we've got a surplus of just over 2¼ inches for the month and, of course, the year. So doing pretty good as far as precipitation. Speaking of which, let's talk about this weekend. Here's our normal planning or protocol. You know, whenever we look at a winter storm system, this is just in general, whenever there's a system that in the possibility range, 7 to 10 days out, it's a maybe. It's possible 4 to 7 days out if models started agreeing a little bit more. And then the timing and impacts, we start looking at that 2 to 4 days out. That's where we were yesterday, kind of the planning stage. But like today, with the system arriving late Saturday night and Sunday, we're 1 to 2 days out, so we're into the snow totals and fine-tuning stage, and we'll do just that. That's kind of behind-the-scenes look at our normal protocol and planning. So here's this weekend's system. Here's what we know. Minimal impacts for your Saturday, messy weather likely Sunday. We'll explain in a moment. Travel impacts expected in the Horseshoe County Sunday, and mixed precipitation in the valley, i.e. more rain than snow, early on means lower snowfall totals expected in the valley versus our horseshoe counties, which is the Cumberland Plateau, upper East Tennessee, and the mountains. Now, a slight change in the track could still alter the timing and some totals between now and Sunday, but that's what it pretty much looks like. Things kind of come in a little bit more in agreement. So here's what we're expecting as far as this weekend's storm timeline. Minimal impact Saturday. Could see a little bit of patchy light rain. Again, the horseshoe counties, the Plateau, upper East Tennessee, the mountains, expecting more snow to develop Saturday night into Sunday morning with more of a rain or a little bit of a rain mix in the valley from Saturday night and Sunday. Again, because it's more of the rain in the equation, the valley, lower elevation areas, that means that's going to hinder the overall snowfall amounts, cut back on the totals initially in the valley. It's not going to stay rain the whole time. Rain will actually transition slowly to snow by later Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening in the valley, with the heavy snow continuing on the Plateau Mountains from through the day Sunday. But by Sunday night, we all are seeing those snow showers before they wrap up later and could have slick and icy roads possible Sunday night into Monday morning. So here's a graphical look at our horseshoe counties, the Cumberland Plateau up into Kentucky, Virginia, northern counties, including Campbell, Claiborne, Hancock, Hawkins, and Greene, and then the mountains in Tennessee. Notice that forms the shape of a horseshoe with being bounded by the horseshoe in the valley in the middle, northern, central, and southern valley, including Knoxville. Those are the horseshoe counties all around the valley. So the valley is the lower elevation areas where typically you're going to see less precipitation in general, and particularly less snowfall because it's lower elevations. Higher elevations typically see more snow. Why? It's colder as you go up in elevation and increase in altitude. All right, so here's what we're seeing. Again, winter storm watch from 4 a.m. Sunday through 7 a.m. Monday for the Plateau and Kentucky, Virginia, northern counties, and the mountains. Winter storm warning in pink. Significant ice and snow is expected for our neighbors in western North Carolina. That's why, yeah, travel not recommended from basically anytime Sunday through about Monday morning for much of the mountains in western North Carolina and coming out of or into East Tennessee. These areas, 4 to 8 inches plus possible in the mountains, 2 to 5 inches in the foothills. As far as the valley, what we're expecting, lower amounts and less of an impact as a result of more of the rain part of the equation. Could see a ½ inch to up to 2 inches as far as a range in the Central Valley. Now again, amounts could vary. Last system, we saw a lot of scattered, varied amounts. Last system did not bring as much as expected in the valley, but some areas did see as much as expected, including the Plateau. And guess what? This system could bring more heavier amounts on the Plateau, 3 to 7 inches possible. Valley totals depend on the timing of that rain to snow. That's not expected to happen until later Sunday afternoon into the evening. Once it happens, that's when we could see that range. Maybe 1 to 3 up in the northern valley. So again, we could have some impacts on travel, even in the valley, later Sunday night. The impacts for the most part during the day Sunday, and most of this event will be on the Plateau Mountains. Heavy snow, expected slick roads, also expected Plateau Mountains, and breezy winds, some gusty winds developing later Sunday and Sunday night in the mountains and on the Plateau, and hopefully that doesn't lead to power outages. All right, so let's wrap it all up and take a look at this storm system. Again, initially a warm nose of air coming in with the low pressure track to our south, but that does supply a little bit of breezy winds, especially just off the Earth's surface, about 5,000 feet. A little low level jet bringing in a warm nose, keeping it more rain in the valley, maybe mixed with some sleet and snow initially, but then notice how that starts to get cut off with the colder air around it, around the valley. That's why it may take a little while. Then by later in the afternoon and evening, the rain mixes with sleet and snow, then changes to snow as we get into our Sunday evening, Sunday night. Another little clipper system could bring additional light accumulation as we get into our Monday afternoon and Monday night. May get another ½ inch or so late Monday night. All right, chilly tonight, lows near freezing, increasing clouds. No worries for your Saturday. May see a little patchy light rain, mostly cloudy and cool, otherwise the mid-40s. There's the winter storm system. Rain changes to snow in the valley later in the afternoon and evening Sunday, and could have some treacherous icy roads Monday morning and maybe again Tuesday morning. If we get another little clipper Monday night or any moisture could refreeze on the roads, then we're warming back up Wednesday with some scattered light showers and highs near 50.